Okay, so this says find the focus, directrix, and endpoints of the lattice rectum of the parabola whose equation is y equals 1/2 x squared, and then sketch. Now notice that the x is squared here, so this tells us it's going to be a vertical parabola. Now the equation we were given for that was x squared equals 4py. So we need to get the x on a side by itself. So to do that, since we've got 1/8 x squared, so we right now have y equals 1/8 x squared, we're going to multiply both sides by 8 so that this cancels out. So that gives us 8y x squared equals 8y. Now notice that 8 is our 4p, right? That's what's in front of the y. So 4p equals 8, which tells us our p is equal to 2. So we're centered at the origin here. Now one thing I should say is if you're vertical like this, if your p is positive, you're going to be going up, and if your p was negative, you'd be going down. Now for a horizontal one, if your p was positive, you'd be opening right, and if your p was negative, you'd be opening left. So we're going to go up 2 from our center. So our focus is at 0, 2. And then our directrix we'd go down to, which means our directrix is at y equals -2. Now, to get the endpoints of the lattice rectum, you go 2p. So you multiply p by 2. And here we're going to go left and right from our focus. So we'd get 4. So we're going to go right 4 and left 4. So the endpoints of the lattice rectum here are at -4, 2 and at 4, 2. Okay, and then we can connect those to draw our parabola. Okay, so our second problem here says, find the equation of a parabola whose vertex is at the origin and whose directrix equation is x equals 6. Okay, so we're told that our vertex is at the origin and x equals 6 will be a vertical line. Now notice that tells us two things. One, that tells us that this is going to be a horizontal parabola. And it's going to be opening away from the directrix, so it's opening left, which tells us p is negative. Okay, so it's going to be of the form y squared equals 4px. Now p is the distance from the vertex to the directrix or the focus. Here, since we're going to the right to get the directrix, it's going to be -6 since that's a distance of 6. So we'd put that in, and we'd see that our equation would be y squared equals -24x. Now to sketch, we could put our focus would then be at 0, -6, and we'd go up and down by 12 from there to get 2 other points. So it's going to be way off our graph, unfortunately. It's going to be a really wide parabola.